Peace out, y'all. This is the Indescribable, and today I want to read for Virgo. I'm reading all the signs, so eventually I will go through all the signs, like I said. And before we begin, I want to ask highest, highest of all, to get the energies cleansed, cleanse the energies. When I started this reading, it was 11:08, so we have 108. These are holy numbers. I want the energy to be cleansed. Anything that does not belong to the highest shall leave immediately. Anything, any energies that is sent towards me shall be returned back to where it came from, times 1000. Any energies that does not belong to the highest indescribable shall be returned back to where they came from. Thank you very much. I ask the highest, the guardians, ancestors, angels to protect me and the highest collective. Thank you very much. I am eternally grateful. Thank you very much. So, what is going on with the Virgo? What's it called? Virgonian collective. We have the hero, the number 12 of fire. This card. We have is that a bear and a hawk. I don't remember what it's called in English. Let me look that up. Boar, yeah. So there's a bear and two boars in the depiction of this card. So maybe you're connected with these animals. Like the world's filled with pigs, human pigs, like humans who eat pig bones. And pigs are like sheep, for example. It's like they are humanly. It's humans that have um, I don't remember the word, fostered these animals, just like dogs. They've breeded these animals into a race that is more um, submissive in that way. But you are not that, is what I'm getting. Like, if you were like some people are pigs. If you were that kind of animal, I don't want to say this, it's like you were a boar instead. People around you are like sheep and you are like a ram. If you compare, like you are a beast. Let me say it like that. Right. I'm talking to Virgo right now. I don't know why. This makes no sense. But sometimes stuff doesn't make sense, you know. Usually Virgos are more like laid back and, you know. But I think you're like this very perfectionistic Virgo because we have this fire energy here. This is like a knight, a hero. So maybe you have this warrior inside of you. And you have been fighting a lot of battles alone, I hear. Like, but you are, even though it might seem like it to the naked eye, you are not alone. You are always surrounded by your loved ones, the ones that love you. We have the maiden. So I guess that's you. It could be someone around you. So people admire what you do. You make people feel safe, even though you don't feel safe, but you make other people feel safe. Like you are always fighting against the evil forces. I was about to call it dark forces, but dark forces are not necessarily evil. So I will call it evil forces, unnecessarily evil forces. We have the Queen of Fire. Maybe you have some Leo in your chart, Cancer. We have the Self. I'm guided to show you the cards with the Queen of Fire, the King of Cups. I'm sorry, the King of Water, and we have the Self. I know this camera is very unclear. I don't know if that will help. Yeah, it helped a little bit. You see, we have these roses and the dragons on the side, the three doves. And again, there's this fire energy. So I just see a lot of, you're very active. You have this warrior spirit within you. It's like you are unheard of. I hear the word unheard. Like people try to figure you out, but they can't. You're always 10 steps ahead because you don't follow any. This is like so not Virgo. Like, how to say it? Normally, like everyone is just following patterns. Like they can't think for themselves, but you don't do that. You follow your own intuition, your own motivation. I just keep thinking this you ain't no regular Virgo. Like you're some you're very inspired by yourself. You are your own inspiration. Like you never had anyone look up to. Like, of course, I'm getting this that like you have a strict routine that you follow, but that routine you created yourself. Like you're not following any other people's routines, but you're still strict when it comes to your routine, like a Virgo. And yeah, your actions are bearing fruit right now. Like I'm just seeing this bowl in his hand. Like you're harvesting six of earth. It might not seem like much, but you have what you need. And that's I think that's very typical for Virgos, that they do not do unnecessary things like overeating or like having too much or too little of anything. It's like you have what you need and actually more than what you want. And from the outside, it might not look like much, but you are, um, what is it called? What is the word? Satisfied with what you have. Because, like, the Virgo, the Virgonian I'm talking to likes to live like minimalistic, which I think is normal for Virgo. You have turned your back on these haters. You have 10 of air, so that's an ending and a new beginning. When it comes to communication, like people, they want to discuss, they want to throw shit at you, but like, you know, you don't get anything from like going back and forth with these fools. So you just decided to turn your back on that shit, on these fools. I see, you know, because they're just wasting your time. And like, I just see like these two, they can go together. But if you don't have the brain, if you don't have the experience, two will just, you know, the water will just um, turn off the fire, and it will just be like a harmful connection within you. So you have uh, water and fire in your chart. Like it can go both ways, but if you're surrounded by fools, like it just it just it just doesn't end well, you know. Um, and that's just how it is. There's really not much you can do about it. It just makes me think about like wanting to help people, wanting to be at service to people, like a Virgo. But in the end, like the world is so messed up that it's really most of the time it's just a waste. It's just a waste of time because people, they will, like, it makes me think of this story about like this monk who he made a mouse into a lion because the mouse was helpless. Like if he didn't help the mouse, it would die. It would be taken by the cat. So he made it into a cat, and then a dog came and tried to hunt the cat, and then he made the cat into a dog. And then a lion came for the dog, and then he made the dog into a lion. So, and then the mice that's now a lion, you know, started roaming the the forest. And one day the lion came back for the man, for the monk, wanted to eat the monk. And the monk says no. And he removed the illusion and he turned the lion back into a mouse again. So I think that's like Virgo want to be at service for people, realizing that people are fucked up, you know. Queen of Fire. So people are inspired by you, by your ways, but you shall never underestimate like the greediness of people, how greedy people are. You should never underestimate that. Like you should never underestimate, even though someone might look sad or down in the dumps, you never know. You never like you never really know if a person actually deserves to be there. So a lot of times you should just let people um, be sad and be anxious, all these things in most cases. Like because most people they deserve to be there. It comes from their own actions, you know. Um, so is there any is there any messages for Virgo before I end this reading? Is there any messages for Virgo? And sometimes people they don't deserve it, but they get treated like shit anyways. So it's really hard to tell. I'm just trying to tell you to protect yourself because people are really messed up out here. Like people are really messed up. We have abundance. You might be extremely abundant. You are extremely abundant. But just because you are abundant, it doesn't mean that you should just give out carelessly, if you know what I mean. You shouldn't be greedy about it either. It's more like you just, can I get a clear in my energy? You just need to remember what it took for you, how much effort you put into your abundance, the abundance that you have right now. Like if someone is not willing to sacrifice, and I think the word sacrifice is misunderstood. If someone is not willing to let go of certain things, which is a sacrifice, if someone is not willing to let go of these things, that person will waste their abundance, you know. Like if I give money to someone with addictions, that person will spend those money on his or her addiction. So that would just make the problem worse, you know. I'm not talking about all situations, but just in general, you know. Don't try to help someone that clearly can't help themselves, or is not even trying. Like, if the person is not even trying, then why do you think that your help would help them if they're not even willing to try at least to let go? Do you know where I'm going with this? You know, because I try to help so many people, like, and actually they didn't even show me effort. They didn't they didn't even show me any effort that they were trying to help themselves. So I actually just wasted my time, and I made it a lot harder for myself because then I found out these people, they tried to fucking kill me afterwards. They tried to take away from me because of jealousy after I tried to help them, So is there any messages before I close out this reading? Is there any other messages? Oh, we have wisdom. This looks like the Hermit card, but it's just the number 10 instead. So this is like Virgo's card. Oh, we have two of Earth. So it's like you have to make a choice about this manifestation of your life. Are you going to waste your time on these fools, on these people who are clearly useless, and they choose to be, they have a choice and they choose to be useless? And you are very fruitful right now. This is the child, number one. Like, you are extremely fruitful in this time because of your hard work and like you staying obedient. So, do you choose to keep following your path, or are you choosing to, you know, are you choosing to keep putting uh, effort and time and energy into yourself? Because if you do that, at some point you will meet people who can, at some point, reflect that back to you. So you can choose that, or you can choose to help people, try to help people who are useless and who are not willing to do the effort, and they will be wasting your time. So we have the eight of water here. So you really gotta be strong. And today I was guided to heal my chakras. Like, sometimes, if when I overthink, like Virgos, they are very I think the word materialistic has had like a negative. They are very earthy, let me say like that. So but they are different from the other earth signs, because I think Virgo is a little more spiritual. Like, Virgo knows that there's more than their own senses and their own sense perception, right? So you might have to work on your chakras if you, because I deep down I know chakras is a thing, And I have discovered this through meditations, but I'm very skeptical. I'm also very skeptical. So sometimes when I think about chakras, it's like it's either me or somebody else is like, oh, that's just some nonsense. I can think that, or like there might be people around me who thinks like that. So you might have to work on your chakras. All right, just put your hands on chakras. I would recommend starting with the root chakra. Just place your hands there and just feel the energy. And I guess like the energy is different from individual to individual because like the root chakra is ruled by the moon, for example. So my root chakra might be different from your root chakra. So I'm not gonna go too much into details about what the root chakra is. You gotta figure that out, right? Be open. Because sometimes we have to let go of what we know in order to evolve, in order to learn. Because a lot of times the things that other people tell us, it might be true for them, or like it might be true for a second, and then like things change. So sometimes you need to let go of what you know in order to learn again. And what I've learned, like knowledge is corruptive, so you should not hold on to knowledge. You should remember the whole picture. Like the root chakra is usually the root chakra is very earthy. It's a very earthy chakra, so it's very heavy, low low vibrational energy. And this low vibrational energy does not necessarily means that it's good or bad. There is a purpose to this low frequency, like the frequency of rock, for example. But it's all light in the end. Like someone can be abusive in a low frequency. Someone can also be abusive in a high frequency, yeah, or in a higher frequency. Um, I don't know if that makes sense, but you gotta work on your chakras. All right, this was the message for you, Virgo. So I hope that this message finds the ones in need. I know I've been reported a lot for no actual reason, so the algorithms is not on my side in this time, and I know I should not speak this into existence, but that's how I feel. So thank you so much, Virgo. Thank you for watching. I hope that you will have a wonderful day and a wonderful life. So peace out. Thank you for watching.